Hello, what is up guys? Evil Duo Arm here today, back with another Black Desert video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the most recent patch of the Kingdom of Black Desert on March 13th of 2025, going over all the events, as well as major changes, that way you don't miss a thing. This week's patch brings some more 9th anniversary events, some cool quests, the hardcore server, class balance changes, and a ton more. So yeah, quickly before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, new to Black Desert, or you've been watching videos on the channel and still have not subscribed yet, please consider it. It helps to grow my channel, you stay up to date with new content, and we both win. And without further ado, let's get into it and start off with the events like we do every single week. And our first event is a continuation of the 9th anniversary events, and this one is just a straight up copy of a code and drop it into the game tab. So right here, click copy button on this to bring it to your clipboard. Jump back into Black Desert, escape key on the keyboard, adventure support, redeem coupon code, drop on in here, and paste it in. These items can be redeemed from the B menu on the keyboard. You should see all the different rewards available from this one right here. So yeah. Pretty nice bonus little stuff here, some cakes, some cosplay boxes, you know, cute little bonus box right there. The next event is a real-life event here, real-life giveaway for a new AMD graphics card. So if you're interested, all you gotta do for this one is go to the event page with this link right here. At the bottom, log in using one of the various little social media platforms right here. Complete some actions by clicking on the little question marks right here. So repost, view it on Facebook, etc., etc., etc. Run it down the line with those. Eventually you'll get a code. You'll take that same code, put it back into that same menu, escape, adventure support, redeem coupon code. Everyone who participates is going to get an enhancement help kit, and then, yeah, one lucky winner will get the graphics card. So pretty cool little event right there. Next up, we have part 3 of the Black Spirits Trials. For this one, you're going to have to do guild combat. So node war participation, doing one battle is going to get you 300,000 silver, 300 million rather. 3 participations will give you 500 million. If you get a win, 500 crown stones. And if your guild participates, they will get 10 billion into the guild fund. So a lot of prizes right there. Again, carrying on with these Black Spirits Adventure ones. Finally, we have the major event for this patch, and that is the Black Desert Academy here. So for this one, what you need to do is head over to Jatina to get it started. So I'm right over here next to the Jatina in Velia. If you go ahead and interact with her, click on the quest tab, you will see the event enrollment. Congratulations, accept that quest to just kind of complete it and get the items from it. In here, we're going to get 2 items. The first is Old Moon Fortune Scrolls, which is a drop rate plus 30%. You get 5 of those, so pretty cool just reward right there for talking to an NPC. And then right here, we have this enrollment certificate. Go ahead and click that. Open only once, and it's going to give you a random house. So you're being sorted into your houses. This is your little sorting hat moment right here. So once you have this in your inventory, the enrollment certificate, go ahead and interact with Jatina. Click on the quest tab, your class assignment, interact. Go back, interact with Jatina, click on the chat tab, and hand over the enrollment certificate. That's going to complete it and give you a chair as well as a title. So yeah, whichever class you got randomly sorted into, you are now a part of. So you can see each of the different colored chairs that you get depending on which class you ended up in. These classes have different rankings based on how this event is continuing on, so yeah, how do you boost up these different ranks? For this, you're going to need to do the little quest that we've seen a couple of times where you go and do a random challenge, give her a ticket, do a random challenge, and then you get some currencies. So for this one, every day when you log in, you're going to get one of these tokens down here, and on the weekends, you'll get some bonus tokens and bonus quests and challenges to complete. To interact with these, go ahead and claim that first token, click on the little pink bell up in the top right corner, and register for one of the various quests. So monster subjugation, gathering, fishing, etc. Any one of these different options, register for one of those, complete the challenge to get the certificate seals. And yeah, based on how many points each of your factions pick up, we'll rank them. Whichever class finishes in the highest rank will get the most rewards at the end of all of it. And then you can exchange these currencies here at the very end, the Event Spring Semester Certificate, for a bunch of different items, including a cosmetic item right here that gives you a knowledge gain chance plus 50% for those of you looking to get that max knowledge. Definitely an item you want to pick up. So that is it for the events. Now let's move on into the patch notes themselves. And the patch notes themselves bring in the brand new feature, the hardcore server. So we have the pre-release or the pre-start or whatever you want to call it for the hardcore server. There are 4 classes you can pick when you get into it. You got the warrior, sorceress, ranger, and berserker. So only 4 options. You have to make a new character for this. When you jump on into it, you're going to be able to play on until April 10th. You're allowed to play on the server for 2 hours per day, and as you play, it depletes over time. It also can't log back in until 23 hours after your last extraction, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Generally on the hardcore server, though, you're going to be fighting PvEVP. You can play against other enemies, other players, PvE mobs, boss-type looking things, whole bunch of different mobs to fight. Fighting these things are going to give you different amounts of points. If you kill another player, you're going to get a percentage of their points, but if you try and kill people that are way below you level-wise or score-wise, you actually get a penalty. So if the person you fight is 20% less than your total score, you will lose points, so it's not worth just going around killing everybody you see. Make sure you're fighting people on a similar status if you're looking to pick those up. You also can pick up these things called quest points for completing quests in this server here. You have hardcore exclusive gear, which cannot be repaired or enhanced. Quest points will not be reduced on death, however, you do lose 30% of your survival points if you do die. You can revive anytime within your 2-hour period, and you will be revived at one of the 4 safe zones in the world. And then there's going to be a ranking on the map of the highest ranked people on the server, so you can go and hunt down the highest ranked players if you want to get them. Like I said, there's different quests that you can do on the hardcore server that give you quest points. There's daily quests you can complete, a whole list of them right there, how many points you get for completing those. We have the 4 safe zones, which are the Pilgrim Sanctums, so the various Pilgrim Sanctums in the Valencia Desert are the safe zones. Periodically while you're fighting, the game will turn into Fortnite, where you have to fight everybody inside of the circle, so the last person standing inside of the circle will win, kind of just to force people into doing some PvP. So if you are just interested in doing the questing on the hardcore server, you might get dragged into PvP with this. Again, one person walks out of the circle alive, everybody else has to fight to the death in there. There's a bunch of different monsters that you can fight. Fighting those monsters, like I said, gives you bonus points that you can use to exchange when you extract at the end of your little server adventure. Like I said, boss monsters that you can fight. They have different spawns every couple of minutes. Some monsters have different bonuses, bonus stats. And anyway, when you're completed with your 2 hours or you've gotten to the point where you're like, okay, I'm done with this, you go to the extraction at any one of the different safe zones. Extract to save your points, essentially. Extract your points out of the hardcore server. Think of something like the Division or something. At the end of the hardcore server season, all of the points that you've extracted, your honor points, you can then use to redeem for different prizes. So there's a whole bunch of stuff on the list. Some pretty cool stuff as well. Double accessories, Advice of Alex plus 250 if you really stack up the points. So pretty cool items across the board for that. While you're in the hardcore server, you might run into the Wandering Merchant. Wandering Merchant sells various rare accessories. And yeah, at the end of the season of the hardcore server, there's a bunch of bonus rewards depending on where you ranked. So even if you just participate in it, you're still going to get 100 crown stones. So it might be something to go try for a day just to mess around and see how you do. So that's it for the hardcore server. We then get into the class balance changes, and we have some insane scaling changes pretty much for several classes. Basically, the TLDR of this little paragraph is that they're going to start changing a bunch of different classes with big percentage changes just to kind of, see what it does. And if something is overtuned or too good, too bad, they'll adjust, dial it back or things like that. So more frequent balance changes is essentially what they're going for on this one. Warrior's getting a ton of buffs across the board, lots of damage on the PvE side. So really, really nice if you play Warriors. Might be interested in that. Kunoichi similarly. Big PvE buffs. Guardian gets combo speed improvements and PvE damage buffs. Pretty cool. Corsair getting movement improvements and various flow types of things. So like the super armor during some skills and just really overall improvements across the board again on this class. So really, really nice there. Migu gets a couple little tweaks. Scholar gets some scaling improvements as well. Dosa gets a couple little tweaks, and Deadeye gets a couple little tweaks. So yeah, in general, a lot of major changes to a lot of classes there. If you play any of those classes, you might want to read it more closely to see what exactly is switching on your character. Dim Origins of Dark Hunger are getting a little buff. They will give you more enhancement increases as you continue to progress your fail stack. So all the way up until about the 209 stage. Otherwise, not too much has changed there. There's also a description telling you how much fail stack bonus you get for each of the different Origins of Hunger, each of the different tiers of those. And then beyond that, there is not much more that came with this patch. So now's your turn. Let me know what you think down below. You excited for the events? Excited for the free stuff? Yeah, let me know down below. And as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you at the next YouTube video, Twitch live stream, or wherever I happen to see you. Peace.